Have you ever loved someone so much that it hurt you? Not in a poetic, romantic way. I mean, really hurt you, emotionally drained you, made you feel like you were losing yourself. And yet, you stayed. Why? Why do we stay in relationships that slowly break us? Maybe you've tried to leave, promised yourself, this time, I'm done. But then you go back, over and over, like something has a grip on you. And that's because it does. But it's not the person. It's not love. It's something deeper, something rooted inside you. Let's talk about it. Because once you understand why you're trapped, you can finally set yourself free. The real reason you're stuck. You already know this relationship is hurting you. You've cried over it, felt drained, felt hopeless, and still, something keeps you tied to them. But here's the truth. You're not trapped by the person. You're trapped by what the relationship has triggered in you. This relationship didn't just bring pain. It activated old wounds. It touched parts of you that were already vulnerable, maybe even broken. It's not about them changing. It's not about how much you love them. It's not even about the good times you once had. It's about the way this relationship connects to something deeper, something you might not even realize is there. The power of attachment. From the moment we're born, we search for love, for safety, for connection. And the way we receive love early in life, it shapes how we think love is supposed to feel. If you grew up in a home where love was stable, consistent, you learned that love feels safe. But if you grew up with love mixed with pain, with rejection, criticism, or silence, your mind started to link love with confusion, with chasing, with proving yourself. So when someone gives you love one day and ignores you the next, it feels familiar. It feels like home, even if it hurts. That's why you might find calm, healthy love boring, and chaos addictive, because your brain learned that this is love. Unpredictable, dangerous, something you have to earn. The invisible addiction. Intermittent reinforcement. There's a psychological trap many toxic relationships fall into, and it's called intermittent reinforcement. It's like gambling. You don't win every time, but just often enough to keep you playing. In your relationship, it might look like this. One day, they make you feel loved, wanted, like you're their everything. And then, without warning, they go cold. They ignore you. They blame you. Then, out of nowhere, they come back. They say sorry. They remind you of the person you thought they were, and your brain latches onto those rare, good moments, clinging to them, hoping for the next one. It's not love. It's a psychological addiction, gaslighting, projection, and emotional manipulation. If you've ever asked yourself, am I overreacting? Am I crazy? Maybe it's all in my head. Then you've probably experienced gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone manipulates your reality, makes you question your own feelings, your memories, even your sanity. You confront them with something hurtful they did, and instead of listening, they flip it on you. You're so sensitive. You always twist things. You're imagining it. Soon, you stop trusting yourself and start trusting them to define what's real. That's control. And often it's paired with another tactic, projection. They lie and accuse you of being dishonest. They cheat and say you are unfaithful. They explode and tell you provoke them. And you start to believe it. You carry guilt that doesn't belong to you. Why you're really afraid to leave. So if you know it's toxic, why is it so hard to leave? Because it's not just about them. It's about you. More specifically, it's about your fear of being alone, and the hope that love can fix everything. We grow up being told that being alone means failure, that if you're not loved, something is wrong with you. So you stay. You tell yourself, what if no one else loves me? What if I never feel this way again? What if it can still work? But what you're feeling isn't just fear of loneliness. It's emotional withdrawal, like a drug addict trying to quit, because this relationship gave you highs, followed by devastating lows. And now, you're hooked on the hope that one day they'll go back to who they were in the beginning. But they won't, because they never truly were that person. It was part of the trap. How to break free, the detox process. Leaving a toxic relationship isn't just about walking away, it's about rewiring your brain, reclaiming your identity, learning to live without the drug. So how do you do that? Step 1. Total break. No contact. No messages, no calls, no let's stay friends. Block them, delete their number. Remove them from social media. Every bit of contact is a doorway back into the cycle. And you don't need closure, because closure is just one more excuse to stay. Step 2. Survive the withdrawal. Yes, it's going to hurt. You'll feel empty. Your mind will play tricks on you, only remembering the good moments. That's not love, that's addiction. Stay grounded in reality. Write down everything they did that hurt you, and read it when you start missing them. Step 3. Rebuild your identity. Toxic relationships. Strip away who you are. You start seeing yourself through their eyes. Now it's time to ask, who were you before them? What did you love? What did you abandon to keep this relationship going? Start rediscovering you, your passions, your worth, your boundaries. There comes a moment when you have to make a choice, to keep chasing a love that breaks you, or to finally choose yourself. Because real freedom, real healing, doesn't come when they finally change. It comes when you decide you're done trying to be enough for someone who never deserved you. You are not hard to love. You are just loving the wrong person. It's time to come home to yourself. If this message spoke to you, you're not alone. And this is just the beginning. There's more to learn, more to heal, and more strength in you than you realize. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay with us. Because in the next video, we'll talk about how to rebuild after the break. You're not broken. You're becoming.